campers. We're in Pennsylvania, still on I-80, several days in now. We're actually going to stay on I-80 almost all the way to this customer. Technically they're off of 476, but you know, that's 80 pretty much the whole way. We're going to a cold storage warehouse near Philadelphia. I don't think I said that in any of the previous videos. At least I hope I didn't, because I'm not there yet. But I don't think I've put out the first video of this set yet. No, I think I did. I think I pushed that one yesterday. So yeah, we picked up the load in the videos. It's weird. I'm not usually this close to, I don't normally have this short of a gap between recording and releasing. But with all the electronic issues we've had lately. Speaking of, you might hear some Beedoops from Mr. Apophis here. The radar's out again. There it is. Yeah. So it thinks there's something 3 feet in front of me, so it's sending me alerts every few seconds, because that's great. Unfortunately, I already stopped to clean my mirrors just not very long ago, so I don't have time to stop and clean the radar now for at least a little while. So we'll be dealing with the Beedoops until my next bathroom break, I think. I've only really got time for like one more bathroom stop on this run. We've got 278 miles to go, which is... you have nothing important to say. I do not want to hear you. We've got 278 miles to go, which is about 4 hours and 38 minutes, assuming an average speed of 60 miles an hour, which the last few miles will not be at 60, so yeah, so that's 4 hours, 40 minutes, roughly. We'll say 5 hours to our customer, and it's 2:30 in the afternoon, and we are due there before 8 p.m., so we're running up a little bit close on the time frame here. Got less than an hour of wiggle room now. Generally, I aim to be about an hour early. We were on track. We were on track to deliver this load last night. Originally, that was the original plan, was to go in and at like 2 o'clock in the morning, on the morning of the 24th, and drop this trailer off and start heading home. And then the snowstorm in Des Moines happened, so we lost 15 hours to that. 15 hours I spent not driving because of snow, which which forced us to take an extra sleep break, which was, you know, also not ideal, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine, we're getting there today. We're going to deliver this load, we're going to go home, I'm going to get my U-Haul truck, I'm going to get all my crap out of my apartment and stick it all in a storage unit. I got myself a pod. We're going to get one of those fancy mobile storage unit things that I can load up here in Richmond, and then once I actually get a place in Montana, I can get another U-Haul truck and pick up my container in another city. None of the container people actually serve Missoula, which is super annoying, but there's a U-Haul dealer in Missoula. There's a U-Haul truck place in Missoula, so I will be able to just rent another U-Haul truck, go to a city that is served by the container companies, the pods and the U-packets and the, what's the other one? There's another big one, like, United has them, I think. I don't know. None of them do Missoula. So we will go and we will meet our container elsewhere, and that will save me from having to transport it the full 3,000 miles from my home to my old home to my new home in Montana. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm actually doing things. So I've been living in this apartment since 2012. What are you angry about? You're not angry. I just hit a button. Okay. I've been living in this apartment since 2012. So there was some inertia to not moving, and I've needed to do this for over a year. I really needed to get out of there. I've really needed because I just don't go home that often. I don't like my home. I don't like my hometown. The only thing I like about my home is my parents. And like, my dad lives far enough from my hometown that I can barely ever go see him, even when I do go home. And honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm going to eventually convince my mom to just move out to Montana or South Dakota. Probably South Dakota, because my sister has children that are much cuter than I am. So we'll probably get mom to move there at some point. But then it's just like, oh, then I can actually make it like a thing where if I go to Virginia, I can take a couple days off and actually just visit my dad and stay down in that area. And I don't have to be like trying to do the... Because there's this very frustrating thing that happens when I go home, where I get, you know, I take 4 days off once every few months in my hometown. I take time off on the road in other places where I'm just not, or like just relaxing sort of time. But I take like 4 days off at home every so often. Got a truck passing me and the wind off of him just shoved me sideways. That was funny. These long-nosed trucks, they cut the wind in unusual ways, and it causes some fun crosswinds when they're passing you. Also, the snow is getting heavier now. That could be fun. You're good to move over, guy, before this dude jumps in. Yeah, so I go home, and then it's everyone wants some of my time, and I'm just like, I just want to sleep in my bed, you know, and not be in my truck for a couple of days and play some video games on quality internet and update all my video game consoles. And everyone's like, no, you need to come and spend time with us. You need to spend time with us. We need your time here. We need your time there. And I was like, you know, I'm just not gonna come home anymore. I don't like my hometown. My hometown sucks. It's just, the longer I spend away from my hometown, the more of a shock it is every time I go home. How it is alarmingly racially divided still, which is a thing that the people in my hometown pretend is not a thing. And it very much is. Like, once you've been anywhere else in this country to go to my hometown, so Petersburg and Colonial Heights in Southern Virginia are two separate cities. And Colonial Heights is basically founded by, after the Civil War, all of the freed people in Petersburg, all the freed African Americans in Petersburg, kind of overwhelmed by numbers, the white people that still lived there. So all the white people moved out of Petersburg to the place where I grew up, which is Colonial Heights. And that became an independent city. It was originally part of Chesterfield County, which is the next county north. And then it became an independent city over the last century. And it's, like, the demographics are disturbing. Like, Petersburg is a city of something like 200,000 people. And the demographics, I think it's something like 50-50. It's, like, very, very integrated town. It's beautiful, and it's got history, and it's wonderful. And that is a town that I am proud to say I am from, because I don't like telling people I'm from Colonial Heights, because Colonial Heights is like 95% white. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's 2019. That should not be a thing that close to a town that's not that way. And it's disturbing. It is very disturbing. Also, we've got very, very active Confederate flag and KKK groups, and it's not good. I don't want to be there anymore. So we're leaving. We are leaving my racially backwards hometown, and we're going to move to Missoula, a town with no terrible racial history whatsoever. Spoilers, it has some. Also, we'll be living very close to Kalispell, which is, you know, the current hotbed of neo-Nazi activity. But that's another point for another time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys probably on my way home tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Ellie O'Dare. You can find me on Twitter at Ellie O'Dare, no apostrophe in the username. Come say hi and tell me how wrong I am, because I'm sure the statistics I quoted were completely off, because I'm driving, I'm not at a computer. But, you know, just telling you what the impressions I get of my town are. Like, none of the numbers quoted in this are at all accurate or expected to be accurate. and are simply representations of what I think of my area I live in. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Ooh, I came in under time, barely in under time. It's about to end right now, actually.